Hello everyone, today we're going to look at adding and subtracting polynomials. So what we have to do is we have to remember that we can only add and subtract like terms, and in regards to polynomials that means they have to have the same variables, and those variables have to be raised to the same exponents. So let's simplify the following. 2x to the fourth minus 2x squared plus 7xy squared plus 3x to the fourth minus 4x cubed plus 12x squared y. So the nice thing about adding polynomials is that I can get rid of the parentheses. They're not really needed because of the plus sign in the middle. So I can get rid of all the parentheses, and now I'm looking for like terms. So if I see my first term, 2x to the fourth, I go through it. Do I see anything else that has x to the fourth? Yes. So I can combine those two, and I will in a minute. And let's see if we have any other terms. So I have, my next term is x squared, but none of my other terms are x squared. The next one is xy squared. I have an x squared y. They're the same variables, but the variables are not being raised to the same exponents. My first one I have x to the 1, y to the 2. The second one I have x to the 2, y to the 1, so they're reversed. So only what I have in red are actual like terms, and they're the only ones that I can combine. So 2x to the fourth plus 3x to the fourth will give me my 5x to the fourth, and then everything else is the same from before. My negative 4x cubed, my negative 2x squared, my 7xy squared, my 12x squared y. I can't combine any of them. Let's try another one. Now I have subtraction. So remember that when you're subtracting something in parentheses, you have to distribute the negative sign to all of my terms, including my first one, so that when I get rid of the parentheses, the signs of everything after the negative sign changes. So this was a positive, now it's negative. This was a negative, now it's positive. This was a positive, now it's negative. Okay. And again, we go through, do I have any terms that are the same? So I have 6x squared. I have 3x squared. Those are like terms. I also have 3x to the fourth and 3x to the fourth. Those are like terms. The other two terms that remain, one's an x squared and one's a constant, so those aren't the same. So when I combine them, I get the following. 3x squared plus 2x minus 2. Notice my 3x to the fourths cancel because I have a negative 3x to the fourth and a positive 3x to the fourth. And if I combine those, I get 0. Okay. So again, I have the addition of polynomials, so I can just get rid of the parentheses and then just start looking for like terms. I have an x to the 7th and an x to the 7th. I have an x cubed and an x cubed. And then my other two are an x and a constant, so those don't combine. So if I put them all together, my 3x to the 7th minus 4x to the 7th is negative x to the 7th. My negative 4x cubed and negative 4x cubed is negative 8x cubed. Remember, you're adding them. A negative plus a negative is more negative. And then I still have the 2x and the 6 from before. So my next one, again, is subtraction. So when I remove the parentheses, everything on the right half has to change signs. So this became negative, this became positive, this became negative. Okay. Then again, I start looking for common terms, or like terms. My first term has x to the 5th y cubed. That is also over here. Notice the order is changed, but it's still x to the 5th and it's still y cubed. Remember, the order of multiplication does not matter. X to the 5th y cubed is the same exact thing as y cubed x to the 5th. Okay. We also have an x squared and an x squared. And we also have a y and a y. So if I combine them, I end up with 6x to the 5th y cubed. 10 minus 4 is 6. Typically, when we have multiple variables in the same term, we write them alphabetically, so I'm putting the x first and then the y. As far as the x squareds go, negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1, so I have negative x squared. And then 4 plus 8 is 12 with a y. Okay. And for our last one, again, we are subtracting, so make sure that we change the signs, and then we look at what do we have in common. So negative 3x and negative 3x. I'll combine them right now. Again, a negative minus a positive is more negative, so they don't cancel. It's negative 6x squared. And then 8y and 7y becomes 15y. Okay, so just make sure you're really paying attention. Are they the same variables? Are they raised to the same exponents? Then you can combine them. And don't forget to distribute any negative signs across parentheses. Okay, so read through the book, try out the problems, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.